All right, is everybody here? All right, we have everybody. All right, so
throughout this course, we've been looking at different environments, different training, different learning environments, really to give you guidance on how to go ahead and set up and maintain learning environments that are conducive to enhanced learning and skill development. In this case, Dr. John Ewing is demonstrating a tap and die activity within an ag sciences related course. And in this course, you can see that it is more of a hands-on type of learning experience, which is a very valuable way to promote experiential learning. You'll notice several different factors that are at play here. The instructor is successful in this video clip. However, that success doesn't happen by itself. There's several different factors here. You'll notice for the first factor, access. Students have access to the instruction that's taking place there. It's a demonstration type of activity here the instructor's engaged in. It wouldn't go well if the students had to have access and couldn't see the activities taking place all at once. Because of that, the instructor's allowed plenty of space for everybody to be able to observe what's taking place there. Second factor we want to look at is the attractiveness of the facility that's there. You look around the space that's there, not only where the students are at, but also around the space that is there. We've got very little clutter in this space. The instructor's maintaining control of the environment. Great technique for classroom management and lab management in this situation. The key thing with this is the best way to keep people engaged and to maintain control and to have good quality classroom and lab management is to have your students engaged. You won't have problems with discipline, you won't have problems with distractions if you can keep people engaged. In this case, the instructor has them actively engaged in the activity, the demonstration, and is making sure he involves students with questions, with demonstrations, with just activities that keep them actively involved in the situation. Helps him in this case to go ahead and maintain control and order of the environment that's there. There's several other factors at play here, but we talked about psychological factors. Those psychological factors in a lab setting are similar to what you see in a classroom setting, with some differences. First one would be your lighting. Good quality lighting in this space can promote a good attitude. You also notice that the colors on the walls in this environment. You've got a white color, but you've also got a colored stripe there that is a warmer color. Because of that, those warmer colors, your reds, your browns, your yellows, promote friendliness and hospitality. And we certainly have that in this environment. We've got all those things at play there. Plus the instructor's dress is another thing. The way the attire they're wearing is another factor that you can go ahead and attribute to the types of attitudes and positive behaviors. Research has demonstrated that the attire that the instructors wear oftentimes will demonstrate and will promote the types of moods and attitudes that professional moods and attitudes that you're looking for in students. The opposite is also true. If the instructor's attire is less than professional, oftentimes the student's behavior is going to be less than professional. In this case, this instructor has things under control. So we've talked about access to the instruction, students have that, the attractiveness of a facility, control of that facility, and the instructor maintaining classroom and lab management, and the psychological factors that are at play here. Again, the success this instructor is seeing isn't the result of an accident, but it's really hard work and all these factors at play.
Raising is up here, and we do have the oxy unit set up.
Students are working. You've got students actually participating in the activities now with hands-on experience. The best way to learn is really by doing, and so this is an opportunity after the demonstration in which students can come together and can physically practice the activities, in this case the ag science tap and die activity that they learned about in the demonstration. Now in the space that they've got here, there's plenty of space for a few students to work at that bench, but if everybody in this shot was to go ahead and participate around that bench, it'd be very cluttered. So if we were going to go ahead and make sure that we promoted access to the instruction in this case, we want to go ahead and use the other benches that are available in this facility And there's plenty of space here, and these students could have their probably a couple to a bench and be working through these activities. Have more space there. In this case, it's the instructors are still providing instruction, but they're not hovering too much over them. They're still giving them an opportunity to practice in this. In this shot, you see access to the instruction. You see attractiveness of the facility at play here. The instructors maintaining order, even though the students are guiding the instruction here by actually doing the tasks at hand here. And you notice that the psychological factors are at play here. You'll notice an overhead door that's providing natural light in this space, which is always a good thing. We've got the overhead LED lighting, but we also have natural light coming in here, which is always good. One item in the shot here, there is an extension cord that could pose a tripping hazard. We want to go ahead and just make sure that we keep an eye on, because while at the present time it doesn't seem like it's an issue, it could be a tripping hazard. And so we want to keep a close eye for detail with safety related with this too. And so we maintain our cleanliness and order, but we don't have related hazards that exist there as well. Other things to look at within this space, we have a little more clutter in this area than we did in the previous element of this video. And so you look around, you've got some clutter here that could easily be taken care of, but you can correct those pretty easily. Within this facility, you'll notice that there's an exhaust system. It's right above the heads of the students that are there. You'll notice there's several different hoses coming down. Each one of those hoses can be directed to different places in the lab. It's just a flip of a switch, and that can go ahead and make sure to improve the air quality around them. It could be an internal combustion engine that they don't want CO2 in that environment, or carbon monoxide, so they could exhaust that right outside the building with little effort in this case. It's a great tool to keeping air quality where it needs to and keeping people safe. Again, it is a facility that is conducive to enhanced learning and skill development, but there's always some things we can improve upon.
Okay, so we do have people that still need to cut their flat stock. Okay, we can work on that. All right, we can use the metal chop saw, or we can use hacksaw, or we could use the power hacksaw.